Uganda has joined the world in mourning His Highness Aga Khan IV, the 49th hereditary Imam of the Shia Ismaili Muslims who passed away in Lisbon in Portugal on 4th February 2025. He was 88 years old. He last came to Uganda on 9th October 2017 during the country's 55th independence anniversary that was held in Bushenyi district in western Uganda. On that day, President Museveni awarded His Highness Aga Khan IV with the Most Excellent Order of Pearl of Africa, the Grand Master, which is the highest civilian award of the Ugandan honor system in recognition of his great work and contribution to Uganda's development. Uganda has greatly benefited from the global Aga Khan Development Network's projects, including Aga Khan Foundation, Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development, Aga Khan Health, Aga Khan Schools, and the Aga Khan University. Some of the notable companies that have brought about development in Uganda under the Aga Khan Fund for Economic Development include Nation Media Group, which consists of NTV Uganda, Spark TV, Daily Monitor, the East African, KFM, among other media houses.
And the principle behind the Nation Media Group was to give to the Wananchi the tools through which they could be better informed, better educated, better entertained. But the idea was to create a very vital organ of any democracy, which is a media house, both press as well as broadcast. And so that's how we get into the Nation Media Group.
If you look at our editorial policy, part of our ethos is giving a voice to the voiceless and standing for truth every day. So in the area of media, the Aga Khan has provided us with a lot of support. But that is just one of the small, the lesser areas where the Aga Khan has worked. I clearly recall the madrasas and how they have helped in helping some of the poorer members of society. So the Aga Khan has had quite a strong impact on Uganda and the world at large.
Other companies include Bujagali Energy Limited, Kampala Pharmaceuticals Industries Limited, Uganda Fishnet Manufacturers Limited, West Nile Rural Electrification Company, Diamond Jubilee Investment Trust Uganda Limited, and Diamond Trust Bank Uganda Limited. Others are Jubilee Life Insurance Company of Uganda Limited, the Jubilee Health Insurance Company of Uganda, Jubilee Investments Company Limited, and Tourism Promotion Services.
His Highness was very keen to make sure that in each case of programmatic work that is done in East Africa, it was done in a partnership with the governments. So the idea was not that somebody sitting in Europe or America would come in and say, you need this and you need this and you should do this. No. In each case, the idea was to sit with the government, agree what the priorities were, and then decide where to put the investment so that it was done as part of the government's overall development program, not in competition or not in replacement, because His Highness has always taken the view that there are things that the government is best to do and only government can do, and we should support the government to do that. And there are some things that the private sector can do, and only the private sector can do. Let the private sector do that. But there are some things that civil society can do, and can do it very well. So let us, Aga Khan Development Network, as civil society players, do the things that we can do best, so that we are part of the overall development of a region.
So if you think of any of the businesses, whether it is Nation Media Group, or you're thinking of Bujagali Energy, or you think of Diamond Trust Bank, or you think of Jubilee Insurance, all these businesses will continue. Of course, we will have a period of mourning for the loss of His Highness the Aga Khan, but it is a fact of life we have to deal with, and life will have to continue. We know that in due time, a new Aga Khan will be announced, and we will support the process of that Aga Khan taking over headship of the businesses in the network.
Aga Khan Development Network remains committed to implement critical development projects in the region, especially in the energy, education and health sector.
And when we talk about healthcare capacity and building that, we are inevitably dependent on many medicines that come from the West or sometimes from the Far East. What we are keen to do, and we have a program that started this, is to build pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity here for our people so that we don't have to start importing expensive products from other parts of the world, and that we can make these products in East Africa for East Africans.
Daniel Kibet, NTV.